kickstart a brand new Gallagher Premiership season.
Simmons all the way.
The big story, Paul Gustard leaving Harlequins.
Kyle Sinclair drives the knife into Harlequins.
Wasps lock the Chiefs' door.
Just not used to seeing the Chiefs losing games.
Marcus Smith will win it for Quins. Puts it infield to Hogg.
Crisis? What crisis?
Mike Brown's Harlequins' career is over.
It's Simmons crashing over the Premiership.
Well, that didn't work, did it? Anyway, we're back. Welcome back. That was a bit of a mess, but never mind. You try something new, these things happen. Right, let's get away from that quickly. Okay, so Premiership final time. This is a massive, massive game. Obviously, it is what it says on the tin. It's the Prem final. Exeter Chiefs meet Harlequins. I'm not sure how I feel about either team. 10,000 in Twickers this afternoon or this evening. Weather is cloudy, about 20 degrees, so we're just up the road. I mean, we're in a box. But yeah, should be a great game. Right, let us have a little look at the old. Let's have a little look at the old. Oh, what happened there? I've got a funny flash. Let's have a look at the team sheets. Let's bring those up. So, we will start with the reigning champions and a team that's become the pantomime villain of late. The last couple of months, they seem to have managed just to keep putting their foot in it. Like, they make themselves look really, really daft. Don't know why, but they do. They got too many opinions on things like COVID and vaccines and sanctions of other teams and things like that. So I think they just need a little bit of a bump back down to earth, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But never mind, that's just my opinion. I'm still clinging on to their fairy tale dream, if I'm honest. So let's have a little. Oh no, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Let's have a little look at their team for today then. So up front, in the front row, we have got Alex Hepburn, followed in hooker Luke Cowan-Dickey before he heads off onto the Lions tour. And then in at tight head, we have Harry Williams. In the seconds, we've got Johnny Gray and Johnny Hill. Again, Johnny Hill off on his Lions adventure after this game. Johnny Gray potentially in with a shout, depending on what's gone on with Alan Wynne-Jones today. That is yet to be revealed. On to the back row. And we've got, at 6, we've got Kirsten. At 7, we've got Chapstick and another Lion in Sam Simmons at 8. On to the backs for the Chiefs. Jack Maunder in at 9. Joe Simmons captains from 10. Tom O'Flaherty at 11. Ollie Devoto at 12. Henry Slade at 13. Alex Cuthbert at 14. And Jack Knoll at 15. Gav Stout, well, go on, what are we saying? Welcome in, buddy, welcome in. Interestingly, Stuart Hogg on the bench. So, you know, surplus to requirements. Could he have gone on the Lions tour early? Got a bit more time with the boys? Maybe. Right. We will move on to the Quins team. Let's have a little look at their starting 15. Let's get that for you. Come along. There we are. Magic. Right then, so this Quins team start with Marler, Baldwin and Lau in the front row. Again, arguably, Marler could be sitting waiting for a a call-up for the Lions. Simmons and Lewis in the second rows. Lewis captain, of course. Chisholm, Kenningham and Dombrandt make up the back row for the Quins. Again, arguments about Dombrandt in the England side. On to the backs. We have... Oh, what have I got here? Oh, I got some dinner. Happy days, boys and girls. Oh, it is. Chip shop dinner. Lovely jubbly. Thank you very much, dear. Right, on to the backs. We've got Danny Kerr and Marcus Smith. Be interesting to see if either of those are selected come tomorrow with the Lions release. In fact, you could still argue that Dombrandt could still be selected, couldn't you? Anyway, on to the blind side. Winger, we've got Murley. In at 12, we've got Esterhazen. Marchant in at 13. Lingner in at 14. And Green in at 15. So, strong teams for this, but you would expect nothing less for these two giants of the game. If you are interested in the football, I've just seen Wales are 1-0 down against Denmark. And we are almost ready for kickoff. Right, so we'll get our ball tracking ready. Exeter Chiefs versus Harlequins. Drop it in the chat. Who are we calling for? Who's your winner in this one? What are we saying? Gav, I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but hi, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're living the dream. I'm going to try and eat this without showing myself up too much. Harry Pollard, can we watch the whole game? My friend, nowhere on YouTube will you find actual game footage. I will be here for the whole game, but you won't find any footage on YouTube, mate. Sadly, copyright infringements will rip it down before you even get started. Such is the AI that they have. We're underway. Why haven't I got any footage? Right, let's try and fix this. BT Sports messing me about. There we go. We are a little bit behind ball tracking, which is somewhat annoying. Matthew Carley, the man in the middle today, looking after proceedings, so decent referee. Jason, hi my darling. Hi my darling. How are you, my darling? Good to see you in. Good to see you in. Welcome. Oh. You have to excuse me, I'm scoffing chips and all sorts. It's been one of them days. I just haven't had a chance to stop. We've come straight from the Lions game. If you joined me for the Lions game, what did you think? Was it everything you hoped and dreamed? It was certainly interesting, wasn't it? Certainly an interesting game. What's going on here? Harlequins are in possession. We have got the ball tracking. Football Moments, welcome in. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome along. Let's see what's going on. My BT Sports app is playing up a little bit. Here we go. We've got some game footage here. Okay, we're a little bit behind. About a minute behind the ball. Well, no, about half a minute. Half a minute behind. Ball tracking, which isn't too bad. It's not the end of the world. Okay. So, what are your predictions? We're a bit late to the party this afternoon. But what are your predictions for this one? What are we saying? Who are you calling for? Quins at the minute on the front foot. Captain's getting a little bit of treatment. and we've got a little bit of a break in the play. Exeter kick downfield, according to ball tracking, so we'll see what that is. Living it up at home, chilling and having cider. Good man. I'm on the kangaroo piss. What are you drinking? By the way. Rest of the chat, we know what Gav's drinking. Who do you want to win? It's a great question. It's a great question. Who do you want to win? See, I've always enjoyed Exeter Chiefs. I just love that fairy tale underdog scenario that they've always seemed to be in. But just recently, like, their media presence has been far from good. So I'm sort of like, I'm split. I'm down the middle. I'm going to try and be neutral. I think I still want Exeter to win. I think, but we'll see as the game goes on. I enjoy a lot of the Harlequins players. I like watching Smith play. I love watching Joe Marler play and Danny Kerr. Sort of a throwback. But yeah, I think I'm going to be leaning towards the Chiefs. As my app just does not like me today for some reason. Right, there we go. We've got some footage. That'll do. Okay, so Quins with the line out then. There we go. And they're off the top. And they're swinging it into midfield. And Don Brandt on the support line there. As they work their way upfield. Football moments. Who do you want to win? What are you saying? Who are you calling for? I mean, it'd be nice to see Quins win, wouldn't it? Because it'd be a bit of a throwback to yesteryear. Nice. I suppose they're the underdogs in this. But I mean, it's just so difficult to call. I don't know. I don't know if Quins are going to be strong enough defensively for this. Yes, they can score hundreds of tries, but they leak hundreds of tries as well. And I don't think you can do that against Exeter. I could be really wrong. They could pull off a miracle like they did last week against Bristol. Right, Smith kicks the penalty downfield. It's a decent nudge, to be fair. And they're down on the 5. So Harlequins with the first opportunity to strike first blood. So it'll be a real good test for Marcus Smith as well. So young on such a big stage. Can he handle the pressure? As Quins get the driving maul going. It's moving forward at some pace. Is it a try? Are they giving it a penalty try? It's a penalty try to Quins. What am I seeing? And a yellow card for number 5 of Exeter. Who's that in the bin? Johnny Hill in the bin. Oh, no. Not the scenes you want to see. If you're an Exeter Chief fan. Or a Lions fan. This early in the game puts him at huge risk of a second yellow now. That's not what you want to see. And he clearly sacks them all. Right decision from Matt Carley. But, oh dear. Right. Johnny Hill in the drink. On the naughty step. 10 minutes for him. As Exeter kick off. And Chiefs. Oh, sorry. Harlequins just look to secure ball inside the 22. Jack Knoll receives the kick, and he gets absolutely slotted on the halfway line. And Karen Dickey tries to have a little trundle himself. And Quins are up in the grill. I mean, it's almost like a home fixture for them, isn't it? Because it's just across the road. But they've come with some fire today. They've got shooters out the line and all sorts. And Exeter are forced to create the caterpillar and get that airborne through Maunder. As knock on. Exeter rolling through. I want to say they're rolling through their phases, but they're not yet. This is 100-mile-an-hour rugby. This can't be maintained. As Simmons then carries forward, breaks the gain line. You wouldn't think that Exeter have only got 14 on the field. They are finding holes in this Harlequins defence early doors. Big shots going in as well. Slade isolated, but they're just able to recycle. Exeter just using up these phases to run down the clock whilst making small gains through Knowles now up towards the 22, nearly there. Johnny Gray tips it on. 11 phases. This is the Exeter we're used to seeing. Heavy possession rugby. And Flaherty off his wing. Simmons carries forward, and Cowan Dickey cannot see off Oosterhuizen, or whatever you call him, and Quins will have the penalty and will feel some light relief. Terrific start to this one. Absolute flyer of a start. Rob Baxter looking on a bit anxious, as he normally does. Of course, as always, please do feel free to slap that like button. It's always appreciated. Helps us get the channel out there a little bit. And as always, if you are enjoying the content, then whack us a sub as well. We would love that. I would love that. As Quins then are now on the march forwards. An advantage coming for Exeter. I think it's for a knock-on. Finds Knoll, who finds O'Flaherty out on the wing and steps his man. Here he goes. Oh, Maunder arrives too quickly and takes the offload, and because of that gets absolutely caught up. Nobody's on their feet, but Harlequins knock it forward. Neither team on their feet trying to secure that ball, and fortunately for Exeter, Quins knock it forward. I suppose fortunately for Quins as well, just to slow things down a little bit. Yeah, 100 miles an hour start. Absolute scenes at Twickenham. Jack Knoll releases O'Flaherty and he just absolutely unleashes his pace. Cracking start. Right, scrum down for Quins, who are under pressure and lose the ball at the breakdown. Johnny Gray then carries. Flaherty again, hunting on the opposite wing this time. And Quins tried to bundle him towards touch, but can't quite get him there. Maunder releases. Must be Gray again. Sloppy hands, and Simmons is just able to get it, and now he opens up. Is chopped down and bundled into touch. And a nice little dig there from Chisholm at the end after he was with his back turned. As drops a little shoulder on him just to let him know he's there. I tell you what, this game's got tries written all over it. "12 minutes in, 7-0 to Harlequins, and we have a few minutes left. In fact, not even a few minutes. We have 7 seconds left on the yellow card. That yellow card has whizzed by. Joe Marlowe with a few choice words for Sam Simmons. Huge amounts of space. Both teams defending pretty narrow to start with, which is interesting. And Harlequins then will look to relieve the pressure on their... Thank you.
That's money, so you need to return it.
I will return it. Thank you ever so much, darling. Look at that. Got the charger police with my daughter there. Exeter then receive the kick back and win a penalty for high tackle. I think that was Donbrandt with the high tackle there, but never mind. Exeter will... Oh, it was Baldwin, sorry. Baldwin, the hooker, gets rumbled by Matt Carley. Put in at the line out. 15 minutes played at Twickenham. Maul driving. Changed his bind, says the referee. Still involved. And he doesn't release. So Chisholm will concede another penalty. Not too impressed by it, but and now it's Exeter's turn to apply the pressure through the line out close to the line. Capstick does brilliantly there just to ensure that Chisholm has no way out after he's infringed. Down comes the line out and the Maul is driving. Advantage coming for the Chiefs. Maunder struggling to get some foothold at the base. And the first runner is driven back. Advantage Starries. Up comes Johnny Gray, but he's isolated. Has to pop it off to Joe Simmons, who spins one really wide. Chiefs carry again. Still no way through at the minute, as Cowan Dickey has a little trundle. And then it's knocked on, almost a tackle off the ball, but we'll come back for the penalty. 2 advantages. Playing the arm in the line out and offside are the 2 calls. So we will have... What have we got? Well, he's got to go for a touch, surely. It's about 5 metres out. As Kirsten just readjusts his boots. Are we having a look at something? What's going on? I think TMO was just having a little look at something, but he's happy with it, so we won't bother to see it. Exeter go with the chip and go. Borderline any arms in that. And it's another penalty for Exeter. Offside is the call. Looks like they're going to tap and go again. They are. To the same response. And Chiefs roll their famous pick and go game. Round the corner they go. And around the corner they go until they get the try. They had the advantage coming. It's all systems go at Twickenham for both teams. 5-7 at the minute. Johnny Gray, the try scorer. There we go. What do we think of the Lions game, by the way, everybody? What are we saying on that? Somehow we've got in front of the ball track and this never happens. Right then, so Exeter with the conversion. A job Quins didn't have to do at the other end because of that penalty try, obviously. And the kick is good. So, pretty much 20 minutes into the game. And we are all square in South West London. South West London or South East London? Can't remember. We're all square at Twickenham. In the Prem final. Happy days. What a start for both teams. Really bringing super energy to this first quarter. I don't think they can maintain this pace for 80 minutes, that's for sure. There's some serious fitness questions that are going to be asked in the second half. Right. So, kick off, and it's just short of the 22, but Maunder's going to box anyway. It's high into the sky and it's lost forwards by Quins. A little bit harsh. It went backwards first, I thought. But Exeter will have the scrum. And Green not too happy about it all. Yeah, I think that goes backwards first and then forwards, you know. But it will be what it will be. I'm imagining that we're going to predominantly be full of Chiefs fans today. What we saying? I could be wrong, and I'm happy to stand corrected. As we just get this scrum reset, as so often happens at this level with the first couple of scrums. Karen Dickey with his hands on his knees already. Looks like he's sucking for a bit of oxygen. Oh, and it is a turnover in the ownership of the scrum. So Harlequins now have possession. And a penalty to boot, which they will kick downfield for the line out. And do so successfully. Where they put that? Is that on the 22? You'll have to forgive me. I thought I had enough time between streams to scoff my tea. Oh no, it's halfway between the 22 and the try line. So great nudge. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me. I thought I had enough time between streams to scoff my tea. Turns out I didn't. Never mind. Right then. Turned over in the line out. Excellent work. Leaping work from the Exeter pack. I think it might have been Johnny Gray, who's been everywhere so far. And Exeter use the box kick and then get the ball back. But Chiefs counter ruck. And you would argue that nobody's on their feet there, but it's ceiling and off feet doesn't seem to be that big a deal anymore. As Danny Kerr feeds Smith, who puts it up high into the sky. And Flaherty will go up for it, but unsuccessfully, and Jack Knowles will pick that up. Hint of a high tackle on Knowles, but everything fine, and Exeter start to move it wide to the other wing. Maunder then, just a little bit slow off the base. For me, I'd like to see him a little bit sharper there. He's just a little bit sluggish in getting that ball out, and it's just allowing Harlequins to reset defensively, which is obviously not what they want. And Exeter not rolling away, no real effort to get out of the way, although he was pinned in a little bit. But Green wins Harlequins a penalty, which they will kick downfield and find halfway between the 10 and the 22. Who is it? I'm not sure who that was. Tyrone Green, only his 8th Premiership start in his career. It's not bad for your early career, is it, to be in a Prem final, starting? Mind you, I think if Mike Brown had been available, he would have started, wouldn't he? Anyway. Hint of forwards, but again, it's allowed to go. McCarty letting a lot of things go for both teams here. I'm not saying that he's playing one way or the other. I'm just saying that he's allowing play to flow a bit more fluently than he perhaps the law book would suggest. Nor am I saying he's having a bad game. I'm just saying that he's not calling everything. Right then, so Exeter do have a penalty anyway, and they boot that downfield and find Harlequins 10. Lots of back and forth. Nick Evans with a bit to say behind his snood. Can't hear a word of it. Something about a decent start. You can't argue with that. As Exeter come under all sorts of pressure from this press defence from Quins, so they have to put boot to ball. Linne tries to keep the ball in, and doing so nearly breaks his ankle and ends up going into touch anyway. So it will be an Exeter. Oh, his first step was in touch, then his second step. Yeah, I mean, he's booted the ball away in frustration, but you can't really argue with the officials on that. If you stood on the line, you stood on the line. It don't belong to you. Right then, Cowan Dickey and Exeter setting up 5 metres out. What wasn't really a great kick has turned into an ideal one for them. Quins then sacking Joe Marley all over the floor under the maul. So Exeter do have advantage as they roll into the second phase. And again, that famous carry work of Exeter proving fruitful as they make inch by inch. Not that time. Driven back. Hammered back. And Joe Simmons recognises there's nothing on and all. And almost, but into the open hands of Green, who wants to just open his legs a little bit. So he has a little run down the wing while the referee blows his whistle repeatedly. And it'll all come back to... Oh, what's going on here? Matt Cardy just having a little chat with the captain and say, speak to your team. It's more important that you get your discipline right than arguing with me, as he has a little heated debate about whether that was indeed a penalty. Exeter then will have this penalty. We'll see what they do with it. And they're going to tap and go again. Loving this tap and go. And this time move it one pass out. As they work in field. Drive in through Cowan Dickey's just short. Marcus Smith. Then Marcus Smith is offside. You could argue he prevented the try. This could be a yellow card and a penalty try. Marcus Smith, regardless, is going to the bin for offside. So, Quins will be without their star man for the next 10 minutes. Eesh. We just want to check the ground in. This could take a little while. Time for another chip. Right then, let's have a look at this. On-field decision is no try. Well, that's grounded all day. He's got that down. So not only have Quins conceded a try virtually under their sticks, they've now lost Marcus Smith. I don't know who would step up into that 10 shirt, you know. Cowan, is that Cowan Dickey? Gets it down and then slides back. Now then, you could argue here that you can't actually see the ball on the floor. But you know from the shape and size of the ball that 99.999% chance it is. Oh, this could be upheld, you know, as a no try. Because you can't actually physically see. Like, there is grounding, it's obvious. But you can't actually see it. So Marcus Smith goes off to the bin. And it's given. It's been awarded. So trouble in paradise for Quins. What are we saying, everybody? Mad scenes at Twickers as another yellow card. Thank you. Half an hour played already. 2 yellow cards. 3 tries. This is a great advert for Premiership Rugby though, isn't it? Absolute scenes. $32 of us in as well. Let's go. Of course, if you haven't already and you're enjoying the content, check out all the videos we've got. We've got loads and loads of videos. Loads and loads of live streams coming up. All of the Lions. Try and cover as many of the internationals as we can. All that good stuff. So hit that sub button. Why not? I think we're 1 away from 620, which would be crazy. 620 in just over 4 months. That's mad. Finnan, welcome in. I'm more into American football. I enjoy a bit of American football myself. I'm a Arizona Cardinals fan. Who's your team? Who's your team, buddy? As Quins then have a line out on their own 22. Going to need to manage the clock here, you'd think, and just get through to half time. 8 minutes left on the yellow card. 9 minutes left on the half. So just manage this clock now, and Danny Care's not taken off the ball because it's his own man that falls into him, but he eventually gets to his feet and they find a forward pod. And the forwards, yeah, it looks like the forwards are going to be asked to do a lot of work to replace Marcus Smith as they ball tracking us, telling us that the sin bin's returned. I don't think it has. If it has, it was a very short sin bin. But here come Quins on the march. And the offload goes straight into the hands of Ollie Devoto. And then, oh, then it's a Quins penalty. For hands on the floor. Or hands in the ruck. You play for the NFL. Okay, cool. Who'd you play for, buddy? Right then, so Quins kick this one downfield then, and they will find themselves about 8 metres out. As Marcus Smith nervously chews on thumbnails while he waits to be allowed back onto the field of play. You play for the Cowboys. Nice. Very nice. Decent outfit. Right then, so Quins with the line out. Ooh, legs go up in the air. Don't know how. But we are coming back for a penalty. Yeah, just played the man in the air there in the line out. So Harlequins will have another penalty and another kick towards the corner of Quins in the second half. Both teams really good to really good at sort of building up their play throughout the game and their intensity levels. It's Quins! Oh, I thought he found a hole. Danny Kerr sniping, trying to find Chisholm. Another advantage coming. So now it's Exeter's turn to rack up the pens. Java, it's good for you. I'm glad you are here. It's good to see you, buddy. As Exeter just hold off Quins. Again, they're driven back. 2 metres out now. Marler tries to go over the top of the tackle. Kerr almost loses the ball, but is able to flick it away to Simmons, and there's no advantage coming. So we will come back. Danny Kerr tries to go quick. He's not having it. The referee wants to have a little word anyway, and it's not on the proper mark. So we will just slow things down ever so slightly. We're going to have a scrum. Makes sense. Quins without a 10. Try and put the pressure on. Probably gone for a driving maul rather than a scrum, because if it doesn't work out, you could be in a bit of trouble. Go on, Quins. We've got a Quins fan in the house, in Joe. Welcome in, Joe. As they pack down 5 metres out. Oh, and it's an early shove from Exeter, so it will be a free kick. And you're going to imagine that they're just going to get this one reset. Oh, what fabulous manners, Joe. You're more than welcome. Right then. Quins then packed down again. 5 metres out. What's our tipple today, by the way, everybody? What are we saying? I'm on the kangaroo piss, known as Foster's. What is your beverage of choice? Is that more advantage? Have we got a bit of off the ball fisticuffs? Oh, it's an offside. Oh, you feel this is going to be another yellow card. It's potentially a try scoring opportunity as well. I think Karen. Oh no. No, he's got away with it. I'm just going to have another scrum. Quins won't mind this. Wear the clock down. Deep in Exeter territory. Putting the pressure on them, not themselves. This is all good for Quins. There's 2 minutes left on the clock. And Matt Cardley just says, right, I want to have a little chat with the two loose heads. Sort yourselves out. Get yourselves all together, because this is a bit of a mess. Stephen, talk to me, brother. Talk to me, brother. I've heard nothing. I've literally come out of the other stream onto this one. Give me the diagnosis, Dr. Stephen. What are we saying? Right. So I think this is like the 5th time this scrum has been reset. 1 minute 30 left on the clock. Danny Kerr wrestling with Maunder. Oh, I thought Marchant was through there, but not quite. Kerr goes short side, but Exeter are wise to it. And it's a try! It's a try! I think it's Chisholm who's down, is it? No, it's not. It's Lowe. Lowe gets the try. Quins are within 2. The tour captain is out of the Lions tour with a heavy injury, which could result in his last ever tour. Hard news to take. Oh, no. Oh, that's not what you want to read. Oh. Poor Alan Wynne. Joe, yeah! I'm guessing Joe's not doing that on the Alan Wynne news. But more, what's flashed up there, the Harlequins try. So, even with 14, both teams have scored with 14 men. There you go. Marcus Smith has a... Yes, Quins. I knew you weren't heartless, Joe. I knew you weren't that guy. Right. Marchant's going to have a little nudge at this then, I think. Yes. Paul Williams on Twitter suggests that he didn't even notice Marcus Smith had gone. Oh, it's off the post. It's off the post. Oh, it'd be like England on Tuesday in a penalty shootout. Right. I mean, they've absolutely taken their time to get that one over the line, but right decisions were made to negate not having a scrum half. As Quins now use the forwards from the kickoff to get a bit of better field position. And with 20 seconds left on the clock, Danny Kerr will loft this one downfield and down the throat of Jack Knowles. Spins it wide and finds Tom O'Flaherty on the wing. We got a sub! Thank you, Joe. Thanks for the sub, man. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. Awesome. Thank you so much. Right then. What have we got going on here? We've got a knock-on from Exeter. So we're going to have a Quins scrum. That's what we're going to have. Clock is in the red now. But it was in the green when the scrum was announced. So we will have that. And Marcus Smith has returned to the field. So both teams back to a full complement. 2 points in it. And you would suggest this is going to be the half. And as I say that, ball tracking tells me about a penalty. So stand by your beds. Looks like Matt Cardy is getting sick of Exeter's early shove. But we will see. Ball is in. And oh, Quins get the shove on. Exeter pop up. And it's a penalty. Ooh. Cowan-Dickey just everything seems fine, and all of a sudden, Cowan-Dickey just shoots up out the middle. That's not what you want to see. No problem. Oh, no problem. What a guy. What a guy. Of course, if you haven't subbed, I'd love for you to. It would be amazing if we could get to, what should we say, 125 by the end of the stream. That'd be 6 in the stream. That'd be incredible. That'd be incredible. Of course, that like button as well equally helps this stream get seen by other people. So, more than happy for you to give that a little love tap. Give that a little love tap. See if we can get 10 likes on the stream. That would be awesome. Right, Quins with the line out just inside the 22, looking to find a way to take the lead for going in at half time. Maul not going anywhere. Penalty counts are racking up as ball tracking tells us about another. Oh, Quins are tearing through this Exeter defence on the fringes. Kerr stabs one through, but it's a penalty anyway for offside. And looks like Matt Cardy is going to be reaching for his pocket. Of course, Joe Simmons over. Too many penalties in this area, he says. Sort it out. Where were all this time, bro? This is great. Where was who all this time? Where was I? I've been here. In my shed. Watching rugby. Since February. On me Todd. Where have you been? Or where was this standard of rugby? Because you're right, this standard of rugby is terrific. But I suppose that's the nature of rugby in this country. It's so often wet. The ball's too slippy to play like this. It has been a benefit of a later season. Thanks to that dreaded COVID. Right. 3 minutes overtime on the half. And just going to have a little reset there. As Baldwin curled up on the floor having a nap. Wow. If Exeter could... if Quins could get a try here, going in at half time. Here he is, the big man is in the house. Welcome into Big. We're getting on the ciders on the waterfront with my mates. Missed the Lions game. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It was a decent game, but yeah, not the most. Not the best. And another penalty coming as Kerr tries to find a hole. Quins now driving over. Are they over the line? No, they're short. But advantage coming. And it's an easy enough try for Don Brandt, who just runs the inside line off of Marcus Smith, who gets shut down outside him. And Exeter defence get absolutely dog-legged and leave a gaping hole for Don Brandt to trot through. So, yeah. Right. How are we? We're good, mate. We're really good. Well, we're mixed. We're mixed. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. We're mixed. We've lost our tour captain. Alan Wynne-Jones is injured and out of the tour. It's not ideal. Quins over for the try. I think the conversion is good. Or is that still pending? It's a great inside line from Don Brandt. Just opens up the defence and well spotted. It's great to find your channel. It's unique. Why, thank you. I don't know if we're completely unique. I think there are lots of lots of channels similar. But yes, you're quite right. We are unique in that we do a little bit of everything around rugby. So thank you for joining us. I hope you've subbed. Spotted a man in a Lions jersey. In Hong Kong? No way. That's mad. Joe's just jizzed his pants. Harlequins have scored. He's a happy boy. And the kick goes over. It's all good. So at the half, Exeter 14, Harlequins 19. We all need to take a little bit of a break because Jesus Christ, that was 100 miles an hour, that half of rugby. Shoulder. Breaking news, Alan Wynne-Jones will miss the tour with a dislocated shoulder. That is a shame. That is a shame. Hopefully. Well, let's hope he's got some longevity left in his legs. Yes, we've got a sizable population. It's working here. They'll all be coming back soon, won't they? But yes, there is a good expat community out there. Right. The big, what am I hearing? Are you smoking Skittles? What am I hearing? Sinclair for captain. Could you imagine? I reckon they'll give it to Farrell, you know. I read a piece the other day that they allowed the team to select their own leadership group. And Farrell was the only person that got a unanimous vote from the other players. Which is pretty interesting, actually, because I'm not a massive fan of certainly of his captaincy. Right. Anyway, we're going to take a short break. I'm going to drain the main vein, and in the meantime, we will leave you with some of these beautiful stats provided by Premiership Rugby on the first half. So I hope you enjoy, and I will see you after our little break. All right, we are back. We are back. Welcome back. Almost ready for the second half. 30 of us in here. Let's go. Those are mad figures. Thank you so much for joining us for this Premiership Final. If you haven't hit sub or like, please do. The support so far has been absolutely amazing. What are we on? We're on 9 likes. Let's go. And 624 on subs. That's awesome. It would be amazing if we could get just a couple more. That would be nuts. Couple of questions about where we can watch the game. Unfortunately, you're not going to find it on YouTube. We get this question a lot. Copyright laws just don't allow it. We would love to share the actual game, but you can't. Do we know where we can watch it legally? Only on BT. I'm sure there are some hooky sites somewhere for you though. But welcome in all the same. Hopefully we can sort of bridge that gap between paid content and free content. Anyway, what a first half of rugby. What are we saying? I mean, it's been a bit manic, hasn't it? End to end, high octane stuff. It's been cracking. 14-19 at the break. Peacock for USA. Apologies, yes. Sorry. What will it be in other countries? Super Sport Rugby if you're in South Africa will probably be there. Sky in New Zealand. Who's doing fireworks this time of day? Australia will be that other one. Yeah. Yeah. Who does fireworks in the daylight? That's mental. They're not very effective in the daylight. They're just noisy. Right. Well, I suppose settle down and brace yourselves for what can only be an absolute thriller of a second half. Let's have a little look at some of these stats. As always, I won't put them back up on the screen because not really required. But Quins have been exceptionally economical. 78 metres gained for their 19 points in comparison to Exeter Chiefs 142. 44 carries versus 32. What are the big standout ones? Penalty counts are going to be big on the standouts, aren't they? 10 penalties for Exeter. Just the 7. I say just the 7. Both teams heaping out penalties. And both teams have had a yellow card. So Marcus Smith needs to watch his step. And as does Johnny Hill. Because he could be about to have his Lions tour ruined if he's not careful. But exceptional play from both teams. Absolutely leaving nothing out there. And so good to see, even if it is just the first and second tier all spread out. But it's good to see fans in the stands. Right, here come the Quins. They're coming back out onto the field. We're getting ready for that second half. We've got another tin of Kangaroo Piss Fosters to enjoy us. There you go. Exeter, we know, have it in the tank to come back from this, as do Quins. Quins love leaving it close and leaving it to the death. So this has got thriller written all over this second half. It's just how long those legs can last, because I bet they feel like they've the further into this game they go, the tighter they're going to get. Right. Stefan Lawis then takes the kick off. It's outside just, so Quins will set this up again and allow Exeter to bring them back inside. And Danny Kerr boxes and finds halfway. So, off the back pod and straight off the top to Maunder, who spins that away, and it's into the forwards. Great handling work from Exeter as they charge forward onto Noel. And, we've got an injury for Exeter. Looks like a hamstring has blown. Who is that that's down? I'm not sure. It might be Devoto. No, it's Cuthbert, who hobbles his way back into the line. And now, oh God, it's painful to watch as Noel covers for him as the kick goes up. He bravely secures the ball in the ruck, just on the one leg. Oh, it's not something you want to see. And he hobbles up the line. And Exeter will be desperately looking to get the ball out of play as Marcus Smith finds a hole behind Jack Noel. Doesn't find touch. So Noel will boot this back downfield, down the throat of Marcus Smith. No one really playing fullback now as they cover for Cuthbert. Exeter then with the ball. Oops. And O'Flaherty cleans up at the back. As O'Flaherty can't find touch. Only finds Tyrone Green. Poor Cuthbert running shuttles up and down between the two tens as he tries to hobble his way around. Quins on the front foot now. Identifying the space out wide. And it's Marchant. 5 metres out. Needs a second tackle from Simmons. Danny Kerr. Oh, they've all gone. They've gone blind. Has he scored it? The try is scored. Quins. And you would say Exeter have fallen foul of their bloody mindedness. They needed to get the ball off the park. They had 2 or 3 chances to do it, to get Cuthbert off. And instead they just pulled everybody out of position to try and play on. Great handling work from the Quins. And Smith fires it over the top. Exeter got themselves so narrow trying to cover the holes. Marchant does a terrific job of sucking up 2 players, and Esterhazen is just allowed to stroll in almost well, I say almost. It was far too late as Slade couldn't get back into position, and it's a try in the corner. Trouble in Exeter. 24-14. As Smith adds the 2. 14-26. Jeez Louise. We got a firecracker. So Hogg is on, and Armand is on as well. Flaherty cleans up the messy ball. Now Exeter have a man down. Simmons carries. Makes a couple of metres after the tackle. And Hepburn carries, but it's getting too close to the injured man. And Johnny Gray throws his arms up and down, trying to motivate his fellow Chiefs. Stuart Hogg, you would think, will just now settle this squad down and bring in that experience and level-headedness to get them through. Scott Baldwin in a lot of pain as the physio works on his shoulder. Just runs into his own player as well. This could be commentary team just saying, lots of neutrals texting him saying can't believe how good Quins have been. I'll give it to you. I thought they'd leak a lot more tries than this. I mean, there's still time for them to, but so far so good for the Quins. They've been exceptional, and they are fully down on the accelerator, and they have no signs of letting it up. As we just wait to see what's going to happen with Baldwin. It looks like a nasty shoulder injury, but hopefully he's all right. Red zone efficiency, 5 visits from Exeter, 4 from Harlequins, 14 points from the visits, 26 for Harlequins, 2.8 points per visit for Exeter, 6.5 for the Harlequins. So Exeter and Rob Baxter will be panicking about the efficiency rate. That is not a figure they're used to. Quins have become quite accustomed to scoring lots of points over recent weeks. But as I say, they're also accustomed to conceding lots of points. So interesting to see what happens here. Right. A penalty coming for Exeter from the scrum, from the reset, from the restart. Jack Knoll screaming at his forwards. That's one. That's one. That's what they need more of that, let's be honest. Slade then pops this down into the corner, and it's about 7 metres out. Not his best kick from there. So, Cowan Dickey then just getting himself a little face wipe, a little hand rub. Get this ball ready to go in, and it's up and down and into the maul, and Chiefs roll it on fairly quickly. 4 metres out now, and in pile the back. Slade. Cowan Dickey gets the ball available. Just 2 metres out as Quins try and shove over. Quins again. Exeter again. Rolling round. Cowan Dickey. Oh! Just short. Just short. As Simmons now picks and goes. Quins desperately trying to pull people in. And it couldn't be a Premiership final with an unbelievable score from Sam Simmons. He gets absolutely battered in the tackle and somehow keeps his feet and rolls out the side of it. And it's a try for Exeter. As he calls on the fans. Rob Baxter having a whinge about the number of fans going to be allowed in this weekend. 10,000 people can make a hell of a lot of noise when you've had a season with nobody in. But anyway, Joe don't like what he's seeing. Joe don't like what he's seeing, but don't panic, Joe. Don't panic just yet. 21-26. There's still 32 minutes left on the clock. Wow. It wouldn't have been a 2021 season final without a Sam Simmons try, would it? That boy has been electric this season. Premiership tries, 21. The nearest to him is Danny Kerr at 12. Sensational. Well, there you go. Until today, he never scored at a Premiership final. He's done it now. There you go. Henry Slade, then great take in the air. And he will get bundled into touch. Well, I tell you what, if you can't get excited about Premiership Rugby after watching this game, there's not a lot of things you can get excited about. Fantastic advert for the league. Hard hitting, fast paced, close scores, plenty of scores. 7 tries so far in the game. In fact, the whole post-season event has been a great advert. The unbelievable comeback. Oh, Exeter steal the line out then, and they look to push it wide quickly where there's space. Slade gives it to Hogg. Oh, Hogg cuts back inside instead of giving it to O'Flaherty, who was clean through. Simmons carries into midfield then. And then Slade. Out the back door goes Joe Simmons, and there's more space on the width. Great carry from the Exeter 7, and Knowles has a little snipe from his scrum half position and gets a metre or two. Cowan Dickey then carries as Exeter take 5 phases to work from their own 22 to... Oh, Simmons throws an inside pass. 7 metres out. Ball's loose. Oh, and Harlequins come away with it just a metre off on their own line. Oh, it's all go. What a game of rugby. And Danny Kerr just uses the forwards to get a better angle for the kick. Knowles trying to organise a quick line out, but he can't take the catch. So it will be a line out on the 22 for Exeter. And all of a sudden, Exeter seem to have woken up and found an extra 2 or 3 gears. Oh, I can't call it. I can't call it. Oh, Sam Simmons tries to pull it back for Stuart Hogg, and Hawkeye the New is ends up getting stuck behind Joe Marchant, who's just receiving a little bit of ankle treatment. Was testing out that tape with a couple of squats and burpees. Interesting. So what the commentary team are just saying there is Exeter are using Slade and Joe Simmons as sort of like two fly halves. Anyway, Townsend is off. Townsend is on. Sorry, Maunder is off. Holes opening up in this Chiefs defence, but a good strip from Quins. Advantage coming. And the advantage is over just as Marcus Smith puts his boot through it, and Stuart Hogg will collect that and find space to run into. Up and over halfway. More pressure coming from Exeter Chiefs now. As Johnny Gray tips on to Cowan Dickey. Slade. They're just forcing it a little bit as O'Flaherty picks up the bouncing bomb. Hepburn gets slotted by Marler. And Joe Simmons now finding space. And Slade is in. What am I seeing? It's another try. Back-to-back tries for the Chiefs. And it's all square. Oh. It's not Slade. It's Devoto. Oh my days. Great handling work, just drawing the man on and pissing him off 2 or 3 times there. Draws the man on. And as it opens up, Smith just doesn't have the legs to get there. And that is more of the Exeter Chiefs we know. And Devoto has a clean run in and dots it down under the post. Oh, excuse me. 6 minutes ago they were trailing by 12. They're now 2 in front. Wow. What a game. Great try from Exeter. And now, where are Quins? Can they come back into this? So the kickoff is just outside the 22. Good kickoff from Marcus Smith. Put the pressure on Exeter, and they're not able to roll back into the 22. So they will have to keep this infield. Stuart Townsend sets up the box and launches it down the 5 metre channel to Green. Marchant, he's had a great game so far. Number 2, penalty advantage coming for Quins as they get up to... Oh! Oh, well, it was a knock-on anyway, but a great line from Marcus Smith. He gets the offload away just about. And you could just see Quins had just lifted their pace. Just Marcus Smith steps back inside. Exeter do well just to grab hold of a shirt to slow him down, because if they hadn't, it would have been a try. And Danny Kerr can't deliver the pass backwards or flat. It goes forwards. Oh my God. End to end. Playbooks have been thrown out the window for this one. It's absolutely ecstasy. That's where you can watch it live. Absolutely. You're not wrong, Keatles. Welcome in. And it goes up and over the top. Don Brandt goes up and over the top of Sam Simmons, and then Exeter on the counter ruck steal a penalty out of nowhere. Johnny Gray, Joe Simmons, and who else was in there? There's everybody in that one. Simmons just goes as low as he can and manages him down. Cheers for the commentary, by the way. No problem, no problem. It would be more conversational if there's more chat, but when there's no chat, I've got nothing to do but commentate. So the more you chat, the more we can have a conversation. The less you chat, the more commentary you get. It's up to you. Hi fellas. Hi fella, this sounds like Exeter are powering up for a win. I don't know if they're powering up for a win. They are certainly powering up. That is for sure. I tell you, we've got the Exeter Chiefs youth team in the stands having a hell of a time. Oh, it's pissing down. Yeah, so they're powering up, but I don't know if they're powering up for the win. Quins ain't dead yet. Don't write Quins off yet, as Baldwin trudges off. Tired legs. He's replaced by Gray. And Exeter will have the line out on halfway. 5-man line out. Great commentary. Can you give my friend Declan a shout out? He's 13 today. Happy birthday, Declan. Merry Christmas to you. Happy 13th. Right, where are we? Exeter, through O'Flaherty, are up onto the Quins 10. Advantage coming off the ball shenanigans between Hogg and Green. And well, Quins getting away with one there. Side entry, clearly side entry. And Townsend no choice but to dive on the ball. Wow. Of course, if you are enjoying the commentary and the content, then we're here all summer with the Lions in England that are exclusively on Sky Sports and not on free-to-view stations. So, hit sub. We're here all summer. We'll cover as much as we can, and we'll cover the Premiership next season as well. Thank you for your kind comments. We also do some other content as well around some player analysis that you can check out. Super. Right, Green spins it wide to Marchant. Marchant in the channel. Oh, that's a super tackle from Jack Knoll. But it looks like he took a boot in the face and he's left trying to crawl off the pitch. Wow. I mean, he's got touch. Well, he's pushed him into touch, sorry, but I think he's taken a boot in the face here. Let's have a little look. Yeah, it looks like a boot in the face. And he's just not happy. He's not happy about something. He's doesn't look in a good way. He's got lots of medical staff around him. And he's being lifted. He's not completely on it under his own weight. So we will see what happens here. In the meantime, let's have a little look at what you guys are saying. I want Quins to win. They have been finishing so strongly lately. I hope they can keep scoring. Must be tricky against Exeter Power. Look, as I say, they're not dead yet. They look like they've got another score in them. They are opening up Exeter. They're forcing them to be really, really narrow and then exposing them on the wide channels. So every chance that Quins could pull something out of the bag yet. What the fuck? Mark Keegan? Well, I don't know. Come on, Munster. Can you turn on the Kerry v Clare game? No. No, sorry, I can't. Soccer? A girl fight? What? I'd be surprised if Quins will win this. There's a few top players playing their last ever games today. Yeah, you're not wrong. There's a lot on the line for Quins, you know. I don't think Danny Care's retiring just yet, is he? Add me on Snapchat, Marky23. I'm going to say no for now. But why don't you join our Discord? We have if you want to have a chat, happy for that. You can join the Discord. The link is in the description. I don't really do Snapchat, if I'm honest. Oh, and another Exeter Chief is down and out cold. Cowan Dickey has made a huge hit. And he is absolutely sparkoed. He's got his head on the wrong side and taken a knee to the temple. And this doesn't look good at all. This looks worse than the... Yeah, Danny's off and Marla. Are they? I didn't know that. Wow. We are going to have a sizable break here. So keep your chat coming in, please, please, please. Because this is going to take some time. The go-kart is on concussion protocol. What's that? 2-3 weeks. It's going to miss a sizable chunk of this Lions tour, which will be a dying shame for him. But it will be a worthwhile breather for players. Not that you ever want a breather because of an injury. Let's just make that clear. Who's my money on? Oh, it's a great question. I think my money is on Chiefs holding on. I think they've just got that little bit more experience in recent years at this level, in this style of game. So I think that's where my money is just now. The Premiership is a wannabe Pro 14. I don't know, because the Pro 14 has been pretty poor. I mean, you may as well call it the Leinster Cup, hadn't you? Good news. Cowan Dickey is on his feet and he's going to have... Well, he looks a bit drunk. But yeah. He's... Yeah, he at least is walking off the field under his own weight. The Rainbow Cup, sorry. I don't know. What do you all think about the Rainbow Cup? I thought, in concept, fantastic idea. I really liked the idea. I really like the idea of having a quick competition that included South Africa. I think the problem with it entailing South Africa long term is you devalue the Pro 14. You take money away from provinces that are struggling financially, especially the Welsh provinces, in travel expenses to South Africa for 5 games. I think it's and then when because of COVID, they said, oh no, it's only derbies. It was like, no, it's not for me. Anyway, Quins get turned over. We've got handbags. Danny Kerr wants a bit of meat. What are we saying? Just a bit of pushing and shoving. The Pro 14 is so bad. The Pro 14 is brilliant. England are useless. It sounds like you're trying to bait me. Sounds like you're trying to bait me out. What about the new URC? Well, that's what I'm saying. Long term, I think that money has been ill spent. I think long term it devalues the competition because they are recognising that it's not working as a competition, but just sort of trying to throw bigger clubs at it, or what they would deem as bigger clubs, and that money would be better spent in the province rather than on aeroplanes. That's my opinion. Pro 14 is like LD. Sometimes it's okay, but you go back to Sainsbury's. I mean, yeah, I like that analogy. I think the biggest problem is the coverage. As Chiefs now are up into the 22. We'll come back to this topic in a second. As Slade carries up. Townsend looking for options. 5 phases of play. Simmons steps inside the first tackle. High tackle advantage coming right in front of the sticks. Cheeky inside ball to Gray and offloads. And Slade finds a hole almost. Who pops it off to Flaherty? It's like watching Super Rugby, this. His offloads everywhere. It's for G and touch. Simmons sprays it out wide for Noel. Marler takes him down and will come back for the penalty. Thank fuck it's Friday. It's Saturday, mate. Have you slept in? Mark, are you smoking Skittles again? What's going on? It's Saturday. What do you mean, thank God it's Friday? Or is that just your favourite Katy Perry song? I'm not sure. I think a lot of the problem with the Pro 14 is as Chiefs go to the corner. Interesting. Oh, well, they rue that. Almost dead in front. 15 metres out penalty. If they don't get a try here, that could burn them. That could burn them. There should be more Irish teams in the Prem, but it's an English league. Like I'm happy for an all British league where we have English, Welsh, Irish, Scottish teams. I'm happy for that. But what do you do with the Italian teams? You've got to put them somewhere. And another penalty coming for Exeter. Nah, Chiefs line-out drive ridiculous. It didn't. They got a penalty for it, I suppose, but it didn't work out that time. Agreed, one league. And this time, posts has been pointed to. So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. London Irish, Manchester Irish, Liverpool Irish, etc. They're not Irish teams. They're teams located in England that have Irish heritage. I mean, look at their locations. London, Manchester, Liverpool. That's like saying Bognor Regis, France is a French team. Put Italy in French too. Yeah, the kick goes through. 31-26, by the way. And 14 minutes left on the clock for Exeter to hold on to this 5-point lead. Oh, could you imagine if Quins got a try and missed the conversion? Oh, I couldn't cope. I couldn't cope. Ah, come on, give me a break. What do you mean, give you a break? London, Manchester, Liverpool. English clubs have enough money and enough good players for its own league. Wouldn't need to open it up. The Celts, however, don't have the same competition, so need to open it up. I agree that they need to open it up to a more competitive thing. I think you could restructure the league better, though, in order to make it a more interesting league. I think a lot of the problem is with the coverage as well. Like Premier Sports are shit. Like there's no odds about it. Premier Sports do terrible rugby coverage. But it's the only place you can watch it. Louise, I am neutral. I lean more towards Exeter. Have done historically because of that fairy tale, but I've been leaning away from them recently because they're a bunch of nut jobs, whinging about everything and speaking out against the vaccine and things like that. It's a bit much. All right, lads, I'm off for the evening. All the best. Up the Monster and up the Ruggers. Indeed. Thanks for joining us, Declan. No, I really do appreciate your time, man. Thanks for joining us. Quins will win this, trust me. I'm open to whoever wins this. I think it's going to be an interesting finish. It's certainly going to be an interesting last 12 minutes as Quins have possession just inside their own 10. And Danny Kerr opts to go to the boot, chips one downfield, and there is Stuart Hogg to breathe it in, and he's up over halfway. Half tackle by Marler. Gets the offload off the floor to Joe Simmons, and now Jack Knowles. Up to the 22. Exeter turning on the heat. Yendall carries then. Simmons trying to negate the blitz defences. Sam Simmons is down the wing. It's knocked on, says referee. So we've got an advantage coming for Quins for the knock-on. Benjamin, welcome in, Benjamin. Will it go to extra time? There's ever a possibility, my friend. There is always a possibility. I mean, it's an unconverted try, puts us in extra time, so who knows? Who knows? T says that last week might catch up with Quins as Stuart Hogg just evades the tackle from the kick. I mean, could you imagine if Quins went in the corner as they get a penalty? Johnny Gray gives up the penalty. Bodies scattered everywhere. 11 minutes left on the clock. And boys are blowing. Exeter forwards just couldn't quite get there in time. Good jackal from Quins. Who has been the man of the match for you so far, in your opinion? Well, what I do is I give a Dick of the Day, because my name's Dickie. So I'll award somebody in the next probably about 5 minutes' time, from a performance perspective. But don't let me forget, because I do. Beer's going down well, pal. They always do. I love watching rugby and having a little tipple. I love watching a bit of rugby and having a bit of a tipple. It's what it's all about. Right. So Quins from the penalty now get themselves just outside of Exeter's 22. A nervy looking setup in this line out, as Johnny Hill spots where the line out is going to be, but he can't get there in time. Amen. Preach. Daddy Care fizzes it out into midfield then. Smith out the back door. And Weiner takes it into Exeter 22, who are trying to counter-ruck, but not successfully. Oosterhuizen carries then and is unable to breach. No way through for Quins at the minute, but there is space out wide. There's a bit of an overlap. There's Marchant. Jack Knowles again is there to clean him up. Smith then playing much less of a running game today. As I say that, he throws the goose step and it's through. Oh, it's a try for Quins. Wow! A try for Quins. It's 31 apiece. Linghart goes in the corner. And Jesus Christ, Gav, you're not wrong. This game is giving us everything. Lynham, gets the try. Oh, it's on the 5 metre line in the corner. It's not the easiest kick in the world, but you would fancy him nudging it. Oh my days. Come on, Quins. Key, you did call it. You did call it. Eden, let's go. What are we saying, people? Absolute scenes at Twickenham. How's your nerves, though, Marcus Smith? How are your nerves? I mean, jeez Louise. Oh, we are one sub away from 625. Can we go 625 before the ends of this? And the kick's good. The kick is good. Quins have 7 minutes to survive. Quins have 7 minutes to survive in this Premiership final. What am I seeing? Quins, nerves of steel. Go Quins. Quins have it now. Go Quins, the fairy tales continue. Let's go. Quins just hold possession and we have it. Oh, Connor, if only it were that easy, mate. And it's a long time to hold possession as Marcus Smith hoofs this downfield, looking to put as much distance on it as he can. It finds Joe Simmons. Now Sam Simmons straightens up and heads towards the touchline, hoping to batter his way through 15 men. Unexpectedly falls short of that at the second. We have it. Oh! And it's a knock on. There's space out wide for Marchant if he can get there, and he can't. And now Noel with a chance. What are we saying? Whistle's gone. Oh my God. What are we seeing? Oh. Let's go, Key Tools. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much. 628 now. You guys are unbelievable. Oh, wow. Right. 5.5 minutes to go. We've got a scrum. I'm not sure what's going on. We're watching a bit of Austin Healy's analysis. Come on, Quins. This sounds mental. You're not wrong. It's an unbelievable game of rugby. What a tri-fest. The big is back. What a tri-fest indeed, mate. Absolute scenes. Absolute scenes. Four tries apiece in this game. Oh. Come on, there's one of you. Come on, Exeter. Great to have you in. 672 of us in. Let's go. Let's smash that like button, people, so we can get as much exposure as we can. And also, of course, if you haven't already, feel free to hit that sub. We appreciate all of you here. Right then, Danny Kerr at the scrum. 5 minutes left on the clock. Last minute penalty goal, surely. I mean, it's one option, isn't it? Smith finds Marchant, who's been lurking on that wing. Cheeky drop goal on the cards. Potentially, if they can get into position. I haven't seen Joe Simmons slot too many droppies, though, so I don't know if it's in his locker. Oh, bless me. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, Quins just using their forwards now, trying to just chew up time and meters as they move this wide. And Green, who offloads to an onrushing Marcus Smith, who gets battered in the breakdown. Marla. The phone is going mad with tweets. How long is left? Hardly any time. 4 minutes is left on the clock. I'd love to see Argentina playing finals all over Europe. Oh! It's another try! It's all over at Twickenham! Quins have won it! Lineac in the corner again! What are we seeing? Unbelievable scenes! 10 tries in the game! Oh! What is going on? Always nice to see plenty of folks here, but I suspect the fact you didn't mention live footage had something to do with it. No comment to Big. No comment. I put Watchalong in the title. I put Watchalong. Come on, Quins, we have it. Heartbreak. Well, I mean, it's been one of those seasons for Exeter, hasn't it? They just haven't quite hit the dizzying heights that they did last year. But commiserations to them. Do you know what? I will eat my hat. I said at the start of the postseason that Quins would not do well. They just concede too many tries. But Jesus Christ, they can score them like they're going out of fashion. Milo Sinclair, get in. I think we've got more viewers in this one, than the actual Quins watch along. Come on, Quins. Unreal. Quins said it. Brilliant. He's had a brilliant season as Marcus Smith. He's going to be my dick of the day, man of the match, whatever you want to call it. Absolutely unbelievable, Jeff. Yes, What a freaking turnaround power play. You're not wrong. Reese Thomas is in the house. Welcome in, Reese. Unreal. But the game's not done yet. The game's not done yet because in goes Stuart Hogg with 3 minutes left on the clock. It's 4 points in it. What am I seeing? What are the scenes? What is going on? Oh, who scored? Well, Linux scored, or whatever his name is, number 14 for Watchacholems. And then who was the other guy? Stuart Hogg went straight up the other end and scored for Exeter. They're not dead yet. Let's go. T, are you joking? Exeter are not done yet. Quins, put your corks back in your champagne. Madness. You're not wrong, to big. Yes, says Arian. This is too much. You're not wrong. It is way too much. Come on, Exeter. Come on. Come on, Quins. What a game of rugby this has been. 11 tries in it. And there's still 2 minutes on the clock. This is not over yet. Oh, my word. As Quins kick off into the 22. Slade picks it up and tries to carry. Doesn't get very far. 40 seconds left on the clock. And they've got about 70... Well, they've got about 60 metres left to go now. No, more than that, isn't it? They've got about 80 metres left to go. About 80 metres left to get up the pitch if Exeter are going to win this. But they knock it on! And it's all going to be over. Marler carries up over the 22. Oh, I didn't want it to finish like that. Danny Kerr takes his time. Little whisper to the referee. How long, sir? Says 10 seconds. Got time for another phase. Is he going to blow it for full time? He kicked it out early, but it's all over at Twickenham. Quins are the Premiership champions. Unbelievable scenes, Jeff. What am I seeing? Outrageous. Let's have a look at some of your comments. They've been flying in thick and fast, so I apologise if I've missed anybody. 2 points. Can it get any closer? Tears. Heartache. Celebrations. It's all going off at the minute. Declan's back in the nick of time. Welcome back, Declan. You've missed unbelievable scenes. Come on, Bristol. Wow. Come on, Quins. Fantastic defensive exploitations. They have done tremendously well. Exeter can feel hard done by. Quins, absolute jubilation. I mean, whoever lost this game after 60 minutes could have felt hard done by. Cam YouTube, let's go! Who has won? Exeter or Harlequins? Harlequins by 2 points. 11 tries in the game, an absolute humdinger. Next game I've seen this week. Anyone else getting hard watching this game? A little bit. I must admit, I'm rocking a semi. So is the game still playing? No, Diana, it's all done and dusted. Harlequins are the Premiership champions for 2021. Huge, monumental effort for the boys from the stoop, and congratulations to them. Wow. So many comments flying in. What game do you think was better than this one or the Quins Exeter one? I mean, I didn't watch I'm assuming you mean the Quins Bristol one. I didn't watch that one. I mean, that was the comeback of the century. This was end to end, all action, all pace. I think this one probably would have been. This is probably the best game of rugby I've watched, or most explosive game of rugby I've watched, in terms of action points. for the last 3 or 4 years. Such a good game. Such a good game. Right. Thank you for the commentary. Top job. No problem. No problem. Now can we stick on the Kerry game? No. What a game. Quins do it. Unbelievable scenes. Look, everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. Exeter look broken. They probably need to go away and work out their PR stance and fix that in the pre-season and come back and go again. But fantastic work for the Quins. Thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow we're covering England A versus Scotland A. Kick-off at 2:30, I think. But we'll post that out probably sometime this evening with regards to thumbnails, etc., and the links. Follow us on Twitter. Join the Discord in the description below and hit sub and hit those bell notifications. But that is it for no, I'm not adding him on Snapchat, man. What's the matter with you people? Right, so that is the end of our stream. Thank you so much for joining us. What an amazing finale to an amazing season against all the odds with COVID. Everyone's done a terrific job. So wonderful, wonderful stuff. Right, well, I suppose for some of you, we'll see you tomorrow for England-Scotland. All that's left to say is our usual, face down, ass up. That's the way we like to rock.